So let's head over to our Pinot Noir.
Yes, the
So
Mr. B.
this is Mr. B's Pinot Noir. This is
Mm,
a 2018 Pinot Noir. I love the label. It is the artist's dog on the label here. Really
yes,
cute.
yes.
It's a nice thing to share with your furry friends that sometimes like to join our tastings. So, Pinot Noir grapes are, they make some of the most expensive wines in the world. They're a finicky grape, they're hard to grow. They don't like too much sun, they don't like too much rain, they don't like too much heat. It can't be too cold. But when you get the perfect storm, Pinot Noirs are they're so versatile. They're really easy to drink. No tannins. The skins are very thin and have little to no tannins. And that's what makes them that's what makes them pretty approachable. If you normally kind of shy away from red wines. It's not going to be so heavy. It's not going to really dry your mouth out. But a really, really beautiful Pinot Noir. If you look at the color, you'll notice how much lighter it is than some of your other red wines. What do you smell in this glass?
Oh goodness, what don't I smell in this glass? That's the cool thing about these Pinot Noirs that Matt is coming up with, is that every new one I get even more excited about, just because there's so much fruit flavor behind there. But even on the nose, you notice that it's not just fruit. There is almost an earthen aspect behind it. There's autumn leaves, as we
Yes,
like to call it,
I love
right?
it because it does. Again, we're still in Monterey with this cooler Central Coast area, and some of your Pinot Noirs out of California smell. You get a lot of vanilla and cherry, but this to me smells like crushed autumn leaves. In the
Yes.
fall, dried leaves, and you crush them, and it kind of smells spicy and almost like tea, and you get a little bit of tobacco. It's really
There's
nice
structure.
earthiness driving this wine. It's not what you expect. I love it.
I could not agree more. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I'm used to a nice young Burgundy tasting like this. For those of us still learning about our wine regions, Burgundy is over in France. They only make their red wines from Pinot Noir. Again, a very finicky grape. It's got hundreds of clonal variations. One of my favorites is going to be Spotsburgunder from Germany, very acid forward and absolutely delicious. But you've got your Pacific Northwest, your PNW kind of Pinot Noirs, right? That are, as Leah was saying, more acid driven. And I think, friends at home, as you are noticing and sipping along, you will see it's got so much more structure behind it. It is so beautifully elegant while still having something to say. It really does not just dissipate on the palate. It lingers for a moment in such a enjoyable, like, yes, I want my mouth to taste like this
Yes.
Pinot. I want spiced cherry, and I want fig, and I want plum and earth, and autumn leaves. That's could not describe it any better, Leah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And those flavors do translate on the palate, and you get nice bright cherry and you get that nice spice, and it's just so easy to drink. Again, you have the fruit, you have the spice, you have some acid. Really, really beautiful. I love this with a slight chill on them. Your lighter white wines can always be served a little cooler than our heavier. Your lighter red wines can always be served a little cooler than our heavier red wines. So this is a great one to have in the summer. It's just a really great year-round
It
red
really
wine
is.
to drink.
This
It's
is a
really
fireside sipper for me too. I could very easily sip this next to a fire. But yeah, having that chill on it really elevates it. Mine's got a nice chill on it right now. And I think you'll notice, again, if you've got yours, right out of the fridge, it's going to warm up to the perfect temperature where your palate plays so happily with the temperature that it's at. That tannin actually ends up being somewhat more obvious. I am getting that beautiful kind of mix of both oak and fruit tannin on the palate right now, and I love it. It makes me want to go eat something. I really want mushroom risotto with this. I
yeah,
want something nice and creamy and cooked, and yeah, right.
yeah,
That's what I
that
was
sounds
thinking with this one.
amazing. Love mushroom risotto. I'm getting hungry. I'm
I
getting
know.
hungry.
I always do that. I can't help it. But I think, having an idea of what we want to eat with this too, starts to allow us to actually have the vocabulary of what we're looking for. So a lot of the time, if you tell your servers, I think about my restaurant's kind of background, and if you just tell me what you want to eat, I'll bring you a wine that, is going to pair well with it. So when you start thinking about the vocabulary words you use to describe your food, we can describe wine the exact same way. So
Exactly. That's a really good tip. It's a really
yeah,
good fun fact. I love
yeah. I miss when we could go to restaurants, nouns, people, places, things. I miss that kind of stuff.
soon. Soon.
Soon enough, exactly.
Yes.